Okay, we need to discuss the finale episode of Arcane, because it's a bit contentious. With Arcane finally coming to an end, the ending has left a lot of people with mixed feelings and weird tastes in their mouths. And the most common reaction I've seen around the internet is, I don't know how to feel about that. And I think there's a couple reasons for this to be the case, and I just wanted to get my thoughts and perspective out there. This is not going to be a super high level analysis that is super long. This is just my first reactions after having sat with the ending for a little over 24 hours. The finale of the show has a much different story structure and tone from the rest of the show. It is one of the densest episodes in the series, and it's not a finale. When Arcane first released, it caught everybody off guard with its grounded, gritty, almost grimdark tone. Everything felt so raw and real, and that's been the consistent tone of the show until Act 3 of Season 2. Act 3 marks the shift from the show focusing on the raw, gritty undercity of Zaun and the complicated politics involved with Piltover to shifting the focus to magic and the fantastical. First giving us the What Ifs episode focused on multiple timelines and potential outcomes. Then dipping back into that raw feel again for episode 8 with the complicated relationships between Mel and Bessa, Victor and Jace, Vi, Jinx and Caitlyn, to bring us to the final episode. And I can pinpoint the moment where the tone shifts completely into something new. It's right here. Well, I mean, the whole episode really, because it just kind of breaks all of the former episode structure of here's the background, here's what's happening, here's the episode, here's the ending. It just slaps you in the face and gets going. But this moment in particular was the point of no return. In Season 1, Mel tells Jace it's time to usher in the era of magic, to which Jace quickly corrects her saying the era of Hextech, marking a clear distinction between the two. But with Mel intervening, this marks the new era of the show and Riot's IPs moving forward. The era of magic. Everything from this moment on feels almost floaty compared to what we've seen. Creatures moving faster than what can be seen, an unstoppable hive mind force, cosmic entities rewinding time, gay lovers repairing the world, and an ending that opens up new possibilities and questions. The finale feels less like one episode and more like a whole ass short film that, yes, was set up by episodes prior, but also stands on its own. The final episode is so dense. I mean, so dense. It wraps up every plot thread and question that needed a resolution while leaving the plot threads that can lead into more stories open. They find resolutions to Vi, Jinx, Kate, Jace, Victor, Vander, Echo, Mbessa, Piltover, Zaun, Hextech, and the Arcane. How the fuck did they manage to pull it off as well as they did? In one episode, we get all-out war, an Agni Kai-ass fight between Mbessa and her birth daughter and her kind of adopted daughter, Victor's reveal as the Machine Herald, Jinx's full redemption aiding Piltover, a short-lived fight between Jace and Victor, Vi and Jinx fighting together against Machine Warwick, Echo's trailer callback of continually fighting until he gets it right and proving his title of the boy savior correct, Jace challenging Victor's ideology and redeeming him, the plot reveal that this was actually an infinite time loop and Victor was behind it the whole time because he knew in every timeline that Jace was the only one that could stop him and make things right. Jinx walking away from her family by literally forcing Vi to let her go and saying goodbye to Vander and getting that closure that she needed. The whole resolution between the Undercity and Piltover, with Savika now having a seat on the council and the Undercity not being a separate nation but having a seat at the table, and setups and spin-offs for new series and new shows. There is so much happening that after it was done, I just sat there in confused silence trying to process what I just witnessed. And the thing I finally came to was what I just watched wasn't a finale. It was the start of something new. Episode 9 of Season 1 was a finale. It answered the questions that needed answering, it resolved the story of sisters, and led nicely into Season 2. But if the show had been cancelled and ended right then and there, it would have still been a satisfying conclusion. Episode 9 of Season 2, however, does not have a series finale, classic literary, here are all of the plot lines resolved ending. What it did do is provide the answers that we needed to have fitting conclusions to the story of brothers, lovers, and family, while leaving questions unanswered to allow Riot to tell the stories that they want to a now captive audience. When Season 1 released and people were on the fence about watching it, myself and others were very much so of the opinion, just get through the first 3 episodes. If you don't like it, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. And I think moving forward, it will now be start with Arcane. If you liked it, then go watch their other shows. So what are my thoughts about the ending of the show? And the show at general? I think if the show had a classic literary ending, I would campaign for it to be the best show ever made, period. As it stands, I appreciate what they did and how they ended things. I think that this is almost the perfect ending the writers could have pulled off while leaving the IP open to more stories and ideas. And I think, sentimentality aside, this is still one of the top 5 shows ever created. And I think that the ending will shock and confuse a lot of people, myself included. But the longer that I sit with it, and the longer I think about it, the more I appreciate the nuances and the subtleties that they chose. It's an ending that encourages you to rewatch the show and find all of the clues that they laid out for you, to go back over and delve into each character and motive and resolution, and to think on the implications moving forward to an exciting new future. I think Arcane is a really good show, and I think this ending is what the show needed. Hi everybody, it's Walrus. Just thought I would hop back up here on YouTube since this is the first Arcane Season 2 video I have made. If you are curious as to my channel, I have done a lot of talking about Season 1. You can go ahead and check out all of those videos. They're all in the analysis videos link. There'll be the playlist. Also, if you want more Arcane content from me and that's not enough, you can go ahead and check out Patreon, because I did a full react to every single episode of Arcane, not just Season 2, Season 1 and Season 2 back to back. It was a lot, and I did so with my good friend Furple, and we went through and just nerded out on Arcane, on music, writing, lore, storytelling, everything. If you're interested in checking that out, again, it is on Patreon. It's just a way that I can thank the people that choose to support me in the channel, but just know you don't have to give me your money just to support the channel. You being here and watching all the way to the end and leaving a comment is more than enough. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope the video was enjoyable to watch. There'll be more to come.